Mother's Day-ish Mundo Monday fans! Yesterday, the second Sunday in May, was officially Mother's Day in the United States and several other countries. But today, May 10th, is Mother's Day in Mexico and Guatemala and several other countries. Many other countries have days celebrating mothers sometime in May, or at least another day in the springtime. In the Middle East, for example, Mother's Day is celebrated officially on the spring equinox itself. Less often you will find people celebrating mothers at other times of the year, usually based on historical anniversaries. Thailand's Mother's Day is August 12th, the birthday of the Queen of Thailand. But one thing is the same across all cultures. Mothers, and other women who take on a mothering role in raising children, are important and ought to be remembered and celebrated. No matter where in the world they are or what culture they are from, baby humans feel safest and happiest when they are snuggled up to a big person who loves them and takes care of them. And all humans were babies once, so they all had someone they liked to snuggle up to. And most of the time, that person, or at least the main person, was a mother. That's why Mother's Day is so universal, and why stories about cozy, protective mommies are so universal as well. Today we are going to read two books about cultures based in two very different places. The cold, icy tundra of the Canadian Arctic and the hot, dry deserts of northern Africa. And yet, both these stories are celebrating the very same thing. Feeling close to your mother by cozying up to a special article of clothing unique to that culture. Let's start in the cold north and then warm up farther south. This first book is called Anaana's Amautik by Nadia Sammurtok, illustrated by Lenny Lishchenko. What is an anaana? And what is an amautik? I bet you can guess what an anaana is because we're talking about it. That would be mummies. An amautik is a special kind of Inuit coat. The Inuit are the people who live way up north in North America, up in Canada and Alaska. And in this coat, there is a special bag right underneath the hood where a baby can sit. In my anaana's amautik, I feel warm. The warmth of her skin feels like sunshine, keeping me safe from the cold. Because it is cold. I love being in my anaana's amautik. In my anaana's amautik, it feels cozy. The way the material swaddles me feels like being wrapped up in soft clouds. I love snuggling up inside my anaana's amautik. In my anaana's amautik, I feel calm. Her scent reminds me of flowers in the summertime. I love breathing in the smell of my anaana's amautik. Oh, but would you look at that? Even very far north, there is still a summertime. It still gets warm enough for flowers sometimes. Maybe not at the North Pole, but farther south. In my anaana's amautik, it feels soft. The fabric inside it feels like a bed of cotton grass. I love curling up inside my anaana's amautik. In my anaana's amautik, I feel safe. Protection of the hood around me is like my own tiny igloo. I love peeking out from inside my anaana's amautik. In my anaana's amautik, it feels peaceful. Breathing feels like ocean waves gently rolling in and out. I love sleeping in my anaana's amautik. In my anaana's amautik, I feel happy. The sound of her laughter is like a glistening stream trickling by. I love playing in my Nadia Sammurtok. In my Nadia Sammurtok, it feels like home. It's familiar, like my Nana's warm kisses all over my cheeks. I love relaxing in my Nadia Sammurtok. In my Nadia Sammurtok, I feel loved. The gentleness of her movements reminds me of her hugs and her love for me. I love my Nadia Sammurtok. The end. Most cultures have their own ways of carrying babies close. People carry their babies on their fronts, their backs, and sides, with bags, baskets, cradle boards, fancy factory-produced packs, or most often, simply a well-tied scarf. I don't know if you noticed the other week when we read One Plastic Bag, but Isatu is carrying her baby on her back for almost the entire story, the whole time she's an adult. I love his little foot sticking out in that picture. You are a mother. Did you carry your babies in any ways like that? I had a sling, but I had a lot of back problems too that made the carrying babies like that hard. I held them a lot when I was sitting down, and that's cozy too. They'd sit on my lap while I typed on the computer, here's a baby, or read a book. I've been told that when I was a baby and would get upset, sometimes the only thing that would calm me down was if my dad held me on his lap while he played the piano. And the sound of the piano still fills me with cozy feelings. We'll need to talk about dads next week. But that brings up several other good points. We'll save the point about dads for next time. But point 1, babies grow and get heavy. And at some point, they can't be carried around anymore. But point 2, the cozy feelings can go on even when you're too big to be carried. Which brings us to the next book. This book is Mommy's Khimar by Jamilah Thompkins-Bigelow. That's the same lady who wrote Your Name is a Song the other week. Point of clarification though, you said that this one was based in North Africa? No, I said it was based in the culture of Northern Africa. That's a big distinction because this book actually takes place in the United States. It's about the culture some of this girl's ancestors brought from Northern Africa, but as you'll see, here in the United States it blends together with cultures from other Muslim countries, with Christian cultures, and with mainstream American life. In other words, this is a kid just like you, whose mommy happens to wear a lot of lovely headscarves, which she calls khimars. Mommy's Khimar by Jamilah Thompkins-Bigelow, illustrations by Ebony. A khimar is a flowing scarf that my mommy wears. Before she walks out the door each day, she wraps one around her head. In Mommy's closet, there are so many khimars. So many I can't count them. Black ones, white ones, purple, blue, red, stripes, patterns, polka dots too. Look at her big eyes looking at all those colors. Some have tassels, some have beads, some have sparkly things all over. And she has my favorite color, yellow. When I put on Mommy's Khimar, I become a queen with a golden train. Under the khimar, my braids and twists form a bumpy crown. It's not easy to cover that many plaits Mommy puts in my hair. When I wear Mommy's khimar, I shine like the sun. I dive and become a shooting star into a pile of clouds. Of course, I make sure that Mommy doesn't see me. When I wear Mommy's khimar, I am a mama bird. I spread my golden wings and shield my baby brother as he sleeps in his nest. Mommy shakes her head, but her eyes are smiling. When I wear Mommy's khimar, I am a superhero in a cape, dashing from room to room at the speed of light. Daddy snatches me up and I fly. Mommy can't stop laughing when his bristly beard tickles my cheek with a kiss. When I wear Mommy's khimar, Mommy is with me, even when she's away. I close my eyes, and if I breathe in deeply, really deeply, I smell the coconut oil in Mommy's hair and the cocoa butter on her skin. And if I breathe in even more deeply than that, I smell the cinnamon in her favorite dessert. She always shares a piece. When I wear Mommy's khimar and Mom visits after Sunday service, she sings out, "Sweet Jesus," and calls me sunshine. Mom doesn't wear a khimar. She doesn't go to the mosque like Mommy and Daddy do. She goes to a church on Sundays, so she's a Christian and they're Muslim. We are a family and we love each other just the same. When I go to the mosque wearing Mommy's khimar, the older woman coo, "Assalamu alaikum, little sis." Mommy smiles so proud. My Arabic teacher exclaims, "Beautiful, beautiful hijab." Hijab is the word she uses for khimar. Sometimes I say hijab too. Like I said, it's a mix of cultures. From the many different countries where Muslim is the primary religion came all these kids, and now they're in the United States, so they're all going to the same Arabic class. So look, they even look all different. Their hair is all different colors, their skin's all different colors. All their ancestors are from different places, but they all have the same religion here. And they brought their own culture's twists on it to share. When I wear Mommy's khimar and we go home and it starts to get dark outside, Mommy tells me gently, "Take it off, it's time for sleep." She removes the khimar from her head and I remove mine. We hang them up for the night. I look all around at all the khimars, too many to count. I stroke the yellow scarf one last time. I close my eyes and breathe in deeply. Really deeply. And if I breathe in deeply enough, I can take Mommy's khimar with me. I place it inside my head. I take other things and place them there too. A crown with a train, the sun and a shooting star, a baby dozing on a golden wing. I take a ticklish kiss in the sky, coconut and cocoa with a cinnamon sweet, and the prayers of gray-haired women. I take all these things with me, and I go to sleep. Though Mommy's away, it feels like she comes too. The end. Give a mother in your life, whether yours or someone else's, a great big hug.